Imagine waking up one morning and not being able to trust your own body. You feel drunk, your speech is slurring, your legs aren't cooperating, the room is spinning. But here's the thing, you haven't had a drink in days. You tell your wife, she doesn't believe you because she can smell it on your breath. You tell your doctor and he orders blood work and finds your blood alcohol is 0.2%, 2.5 times the legal driving limit, and refers you to a psychiatrist, assuming you're a secret alcoholic in denial. You tell the police after they pull you over and run a breathalyzer. They arrest you for drunk driving. Your concentration is twice the legal limit. You tell the hospital staff when they admit you. They roll their eyes. Nobody believes you because the evidence says you are heavily intoxicated, and you are telling everyone you haven't had a single drink. For 6 years, this is the life of one man in the United States. But this man is not lying. His gut has been quietly, relentlessly brewing alcohol inside his own body. His intestines are converting the carbohydrates into ethanol and pumping it directly into his bloodstream. His body is a brewery, and he has no idea. The case that brought this condition into my focus is the one published in BMJ Open Gastroenterology in 2019. It involves a 46-year-old man in the United States, whom we'll call AB. His problem started in 2011. He'd had a complicated injury to his thumb and was prescribed antibiotics to prevent infection during recovery, and his thumb healed fine. But something changed in his gut. Within weeks of finishing the antibiotic course, he started feeling strange after meals, foggy, uncoordinated, slow. His mood shifted. He became depressed and irritable in ways that were uncharacteristic for him. He started having what his family described as episodes, periods where he seemed drunk, confused, almost unreachable, that would come on in the evening and be gone by morning. His wife bought a breathalyzer because she needed to understand what was happening. She tested herself, 0.0%. She tested him during a symptom-free window, 0.04%, still elevated but manageable. She tested him during an episode. The readings came back in the 0.2% range, always correlated with symptoms, always after eating. He saw internists, psychiatrists, neurologists, gastroenterologists, endocrinologists. Each one ran their panels, thyroid, blood sugar, liver function, and celiac markers. Everything was normal except the alcohol concentration. The psychiatrist treated him for depression and anxiety. The antidepressants didn't help the episodes. Actually, nothing helped the episodes. Then came the arrest. Police pulled him over. Breathalyzer, 0.2%. He told them he hadn't been drinking. They did not believe him. He was arrested for driving under the influence, a charge that can follow a person for years, affecting employment, insurance, custody, and reputation. The hospital personnel and police refused to believe him when he repeatedly denied alcohol ingestion. The case was treated as straightforward. Drunk driver denying it, something they'd heard many times before. The system moved forward. AB was not a drunk driver, but a sick man who had been abandoned by the medical system that was supposed to help him. The turning point came from a family member doing her own research at midnight. His aunt had been watching him deteriorate for years. She'd read the case reports. She'd watched him arrested, medicated for the wrong condition, disbelieved at every turn. So she started searching, really searching, for something that might explain it. She found a case report from Ohio. A man there had presented with nearly identical symptoms. The Ohio team had diagnosed him with something called Auto-Brewery Syndrome. She brought the report to her nephew, and they drove to Ohio. The Ohio clinic did something no one had done in 6 years of treating this man. They looked in his stool. Stool cultures, searching for the specific microorganisms living in his gut, revealed 2 strains of yeast, Saccharomyces cerevisiae and Saccharomyces boulardii. Saccharomyces cerevisiae is brewer's yeast. It is the organism that humans have used for thousands of years to ferment sugar into alcohol. It is responsible for every beer, wine, and every loaf of bread that has ever risen. It was living in his intestines in enormous quantities, and every time he ate carbohydrates, the yeast fermented them. The ethanol produced by that fermentation was absorbed through his gut wall, entered his bloodstream, and made him drunk. To confirm the diagnosis, the Ohio team gave him a carbohydrate-heavy meal and monitored his blood alcohol every 2 hours. Over 8 hours, his blood alcohol rose from 0 without a single drop of alcohol consumed. After 6 years, he finally had an answer. He was put on antifungals and a strict no-carbohydrate diet. The fungal overgrowth cleared. His gut was repopulated with healthy bacteria using probiotics, and his symptoms resolved completely.